I was in there way longer than 2 minutes. By user, professorsexmachine. First off, sorry for any spelling errors that may occur. I'm using the Nook I mentioned in this post to write this, and I suck at typing on it. So, yesterday, I went to take a shower. I remember specifically looking at 2 clocks, the wall clock and the clock on my Nook. The wall clock was somewhere between 5 and 5:05 p.m. That specific clock is usually a minute or so fast, but otherwise completely functional. The Nook clock, the one I looked at directly before getting into the shower, said 5:02 p.m. The reason I paid close attention to what time it was is because my sister usually gets home a little while after 5:30 p.m., and I wanted to be out of there before then, so I wouldn't have to hear her complaining about someone using the water when she got home. Anyway, while in the shower, I was listening to music and was getting annoyed because one of the songs that came on was really long, probably close to, if not longer than, 5 minutes long. There was one song before this, and another song that played after this before I got out. When I got out, I looked at the clock on my Nook, and it said that it was 5:04 p.m. I was quite confused, but brushed it off as my Nook malfunctioning, since it wasn't working perfectly earlier. I dried off, grabbed my stuff, went downstairs, and the wall clock was at 5:10 p.m., a minute off from my Nook, which was 5:09 at this point. So, how the hell did I take a shower that should have been at least 12 or 13 minutes long in only 2 minutes? Saw myself from behind. By user, DidYaReadItEh? Firstly, I bumped into this subreddit while exploring the Reddit No Sleep, and I've absolutely read the shit out of it in the last few days. Some of the concepts and posts here are highly intriguing and mortifying. Okay, so this happened to me a while back. Not exactly huge, but I'm inclined to share. It was a lazy Sunday morning. I slept in late the previous night, and my flatmate got off early. For the life of me, I can't remember why. So, I got up late, around 11ish. I make an omelet, eat it while reading the newspaper. Now, as I get up, I get this very weird feeling that I saw someone sitting in the exact same spot as I was just in a second ago. You've got to visualize it like me spotting someone out of the corner of my eye just as I'm turning. I slow down just a little, and the next thing I remember is getting the lightest nudge on my back, like wind hitting me from a very small range. And then I saw it. I saw myself. Me, taking the plate to the kitchen, clear as day. Wearing the same clothes, even limping a little bit from last night's sore leg. This was about for 5 seconds, and then I'm in the kitchen, where I saw me headed 5 seconds ago. This weirded me out a little bit, and I don't have any history of hallucination or sleepwalking. No headache afterwards. I was just a little spooked out. I saw myself walking towards myself. By user Switch44. So I've just recently found this subreddit, and I really enjoy reading the posts. I sat here thinking, damn, I wish I could recall a time something like this happened to me. And then I remembered. Back in 2003, I had decided to move out of my mother's house and move in with my father. The parents had divorced when I was 5, and I've spent my whole life with my brother and my mother. They have, since the divorce, lived in 2 different provinces, Canada. At the time, I'm 15 years old and starting to discover my musical tastes and interests. At the time, it was all about Nirvana for me. I had torn old jeans, flannel shirts, long hair, you name it. Not a very common look where my father lived. In fact, I can only remember some of my friends dressing similarly, but even then, they were mostly farm boys, so jeans and flannel weren't uncommon. But long hair definitely was uncommon. Father, being recently retired military, was always on my back about getting my hair cut. So one day he tosses me $20 and tells me, go get it chopped. I make my way out of the house and start walking closer into town. I'm on the main road in and out of town, also where all the local businesses and malls are located. This is a small farming town in the middle of nowhere. I make it maybe 15 minutes from the mall when I see someone farther up the road walking towards me on the same sidewalk. I notice his jeans and flannel long-sleeve shirt and long hair, and distinctly remember thinking, he kind of looks like me. Thinking nothing of it, I go back to listening to music and walking, casually looking around as I normally do. He starts getting closer and closer. I start noticing details in his clothing, like the torn knees in his jeans, the older look of his blue flannel, and the color and length of his hair. And I start getting kind of creeped out. Holy shit, this guy is dressed exactly like me, I thought. Closer and closer. We're walking toward each other. Then we're about 8 feet away, and we both stop dead in our tracks, and we stare at one another. He was me. I was staring at me. Same hair, height, weight, build, clothes, everything. The only difference was I had my earbuds in my ears, and he didn't appear to have any. We stood there for what felt like an hour, but I'm sure it was only seconds. Neither one of us said anything. We both looked shocked, terrified, and neither of us knew what to do. Simultaneously, we started walking again. He walked to my left, and I to his right. We passed by each other, never saying a word. Thinking back on this, I wished I had turned around to say something, or even to see if he was still there. But I didn't. I just kept walking. I went to the mall, got my hair trimmed, not cut like my father insisted, and then made my way back to the house. To this day, I've only ever mentioned it to my father, to which he laughed and insisted I was seeing things. His girlfriend at the time cracked a joke about having a kid none of us knew about. I had completely forgot this had even happened to me until now. I think I just got a distress signal on Spotify. By user, TheMusicDiedThatDay. Okay, so I'm kind of scared, and I might erase this later and repost on a throwaway blog or something. This just happened a minute ago. Here I am, listening to Spotify, rocking out to my playlist, when suddenly, midway through Short Change Hero by The Heavy, my music becomes staticky and lags, like a radio when you move it out of the radius. That's odd, I think to myself, considering my Wi-Fi is working the best that it has in months. No reason for a lag or static. Then this happened. My music stopped, and I got a message. A short, staticky message.
Hello, anyone?
Static interrupts the message for a few seconds, and then cuts back in to a number sequence.
5462 longitude requesting me to help possible breach. I repeat, possible breach it.
I shiver and jump back, but can't remove my headphone. I'm too scared. The message stops for a few seconds and returns with some beeping. Maybe picking up signals?
Raven, tunnel!
Or at least I think it said that. I don't really remember. All the dialogue is a little wobbly because I'm still shook up about it, and honestly, I don't know what to do. Then, Short Change Hero ends, the song fades off, and No Love by Eminem starts up. I should probably add my computer froze. No mouse response, no keyboard response, nothing. I was forced to listen to the message. Update. Note that this is not direct dialogue. I was too scared at the time to remember exactly what had been said. It was very staticky. The number 62 was one I made up because it sounded like it fit right. Asin was made up too. I don't remember his exact name that he gave. The dialogue is just sort of an outline. Hey guys, thanks for watching. This third update in the Matrix series has been a long time coming. Please leave a like if you'd like me to continue with this series, or leave a comment if there are other topics that you would like me to branch out on and narrate. If you're interested in doing a collaboration with me yourself, please let me know in the comments below, or you can reach me at my email. Follow me on Twitter or Tumblr for day-to-day updates, and remember, it's a reckless world out there. Stay safe, friends.